Hello, everybody. My name is Louis Lee, and this is my man Arco, and we are Concrete and Campfire. This is a new podcast that we're putting together now. This is our first episode, and we enjoy everybody that's coming into the chat. We're gonna learn and teach at the same time. We're going to talk about survival in the urban setting and survival in the woods and the wilderness. And I got my man Arco. What's up, Arco?
Good to see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And thanks everybody for showing up too. Appreciate all the support.
Yeah, we were together last month at his car show, Arco's car show, and we were talking about everyday carry, survival ideas, and it clicked to us that we both were into the same type of stuff. So we wanted to start this podcast to share our experiences and learn some of your experiences as well. So in the chat, if you have anything that you want to share about survival or tools or anything like that, just put them in the chat and we can see them from Facebook and YouTube Live. So how you want to start it, Arco? This is our first gig.
I just wanted to say that, I mean, if you want to talk about survival or EDC, your everyday carry, stuff that you carry on you every day, and hunting, hiking, fishing, camping, anything where you can get yourself into a scenario. And it's not just survival that we're going to be talking about, but if you guys get yourself into a scenario where you're in an emergency situation or something, I mean, that's kind of what we're basing this whole deal off of. It's not kind of like a prepper channel, but something where we could talk about all the different tools that you can carry, all the different methods, survival skills, or whatever. I mean, we're kind of open for whatever,
Right. So let's start it out with what's in our pockets. You want to go first, or you want me to go first? What am I carrying right now?
Go for it, brother. Yeah, on an everyday deal. I mean, what would you carry? Yeah. So and like right now, you're in a bus, right?
Yes. So I'm in my full-time RV bus. We took a bus and converted it into an RV. So we travel the country, and so we're in it right now. We're at a function in New York, and so you're going to see exactly what I carry on me right now. We're going to start with my bracelet. This is a Leatherman multi-tool. So they make multi-tools, and this here has different bits and different screwdrivers, hex bits. It has a knife. It has it has a glass breaker. It also has a bottle opener and a seatbelt cutter. Where is it? There it is. Seatbelt cutter. So I wear that every day. It's a bracelet. You can get them online. Leatherman. They make the multi-tools, the pliers. It has a knife and all that stuff in it, which I have one of those there. But wait, I'll finish on my everyday carry. So now I got my Apple Watch that detects all my vitals in case I have a heart attack. It'll let me know a couple minutes before. Then I carry a flashlight. All right, that's in one pocket. Then I have my trusty knife. So I carry a knife, and I have several different knives, but this is the one I carry mostly every day. Then let's see what else we got. Then I got my leather wallet that comes from Lee Custom Leather, which is me. Then I have my iPhone, and then I carry my self-defense weapon, which is Smith & Wesson 9mm M&P. So I carry that. That's my everyday carry. That's it.
So I gotta say, I'm gonna speak on this right here. I used to teach survival classes in California years ago. You guys, probably a lot of you guys know that or whatever. And one of the things that what I would talk to people about EDC is I was always telling them, you need to think outside that box and then take that box and think outside that box, because in an emergency situation, the first things I would have done is I would have grabbed your glasses off your face
and use those, if you needed to start fire. Don't forget about your little things that you have on you at all times. And when you get into a situation or emergency situation or whatever, don't forget about the things that you have on you that you just forget about, because you could, your brain is the most powerful tool you got. So if you think about the little things that you have on you at all times, I mean, starting a fire with your glasses, obviously you're going to be in a vehicle, you're in a vehicle, that's not only a weapon, you can use it as a weapon, but there's a lot of stuff on a vehicle that you can tear off and use to start fire or get yourself out of a situation. And when I'm talking about a situation, I'm not just talking about like survival. I'm talking about like if you're in a riot or you're trying to get out of that riot or whatever, it could be an urban or woods, different situation,
Right. So I usually since I've talked to you, I started carrying a lighter because I didn't carry a lighter, but for some reason it's not in this pants. I think I took it out earlier, but I carry a lighter now because of you, because you put it in my mind that I might need to start a fire someday.
Yeah.
So I carry that now. And I want to add a couple things. I want to add the fire starters. What do you call them? The
fire steel.
Fire steel, yeah.
Yeah,
that's add that to my everyday carry.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen my fire steels. I've carried this not this one right here, but I've had one on my neck for probably no lie, I've probably had one on my neck for about 32 years now, or maybe more, 34, 35 years. I don't know. I've always had one, since I was younger. Always carried a fire steel. And then in the last 20 years, the cordage or the necklace on it is fire cord, where you can look up fire cord. It's 7 strands of paracord, and then there's a piece of like a impregnated wax inside of it, string that you could take and fluff up and make it into fire. So you could use it as an actual fire cord to start your fire. And then a lot of them you can get with that same cordage inside of it, where it has snare wire, fishing wire. There's a bunch of different paracord that you can get, that you can order online, and they have all kinds of different stuff, which to me is trick. If you're out in the woods and you got your knife and it's wrapped in paracord, you might forget, crap, how am I going to start a fire or whatever? Well, you could take that string off and use it for a bow drill. And this isn't going to be one of those channels where we talk about doing stuff or talk about the stuff. I'm going to show some of my videos, and I'm sure Louis will also, but we're going to do videos where we show how to use the tools, how to make the tools, how to survive with those tools, and survival kits. We're talking about maybe doing some stuff where we can start selling some of the kits and whatever, but that'll be something that we talk about down the road too,
Right.
If you don't mind, I'll jump right into it. I'll just do a real quick run through of my EDC, and I'll just do it right here, sitting down,
Yep.
And the first thing first is like we were talking about the fire steel, and that's I'm having problems with this camera, so it's kind of a pain in the neck right now. But that's a magnesium ferrocerium, and so this is a Mitch metal fire steel, which is really crazy because you can, real slow, you can take big chunks of it off, and then when you strike it really fast, you can get that flame to start that big pile. And what I do is I make about a quarter size pile of magnesium and then start it up. So this, I like it too, because if you have a lighter in your pocket, you fall in the water, that lighter gets wet, you're gonna have a real hard time if you're freezing cold, especially in Minnesota where it gets 50, 60 below zero. You're gonna have a real hard time trying to start a fire with a lighter that's wet. You can strike it and it just won't do nothing. So having a ferrocerium rod is really, really handy. And then obviously I carry my wallet, and this is the honest to God EDC. I didn't, prep for this or nothing like that. In my wallet every day, I have my driver's license and money and whatever, but this is actually always in my wallet too. And this is a SOG something QAD or whatever, a little knife, just in case, because my wallet has a chain on it. And I always figure, if I fall in the water or something and lose everything, at least I have a small knife that's in my wallet that I could grab, for an emergency situation, not for self-defense, but to like make a bow drill or something if I get cold and I need to make a fire or something, always always having 3 or 4 things on you at the same time is nice. And then I have my my knife right here, which is a Cold Steel SR1. This thing's a brute, and it's a real thick spine, and I use the spine to strike a fire on the fire steel, which is really nice. And this thing, it'll baton trees and all kinds of crap. And then I don't know. I recently started carrying this in like the last 3 years. It's just a crescent wrench, and it's been super handy. And not only, like I said, thinking outside the box, this piece right here where the hole is, a lot of times I catch myself bending stuff with that. Like if I have something I want to bend over, or I'll use the crescent wrench to bend it over. But if it's like groundwork or something, you know, so that's been super handy. I'm kind of a gear junkie, I guess you'd call it. And then I have my my medication for schizophrenia or whatever right here in my pocket. And then I have a lighter, which the other day I tried using it. Yeah, it's doing it again. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finally lit. The other day I couldn't get it to light for nothing. And then I have my keys on me, which I won't show my keys. I never do. I got my reasons. And I have my belt. And on my belt, a lot of guys won't do this, but something I learned years ago, I carry on my belt. I got this is a Leatherman 300 in an old Craftsman case that I've had like 3 or 4 of them that I bought off the internet, and I keep putting buttons on them because they keep wearing holes in them. But this is a multi-tool 300, and that's been the best one as far as I'm concerned. It's heavy, but I use this thing like a hammer, and I broke it, and I've busted the jaws off of it out in the woods and stuff. One day, my son and I were working on the chimney, and I broke off one of the deals here. I called Leatherman, and they sent me a brand new one. And I was like, ever since Leatherman did that, Streamlight Nano or Streamlight and Leatherman, if you want to carry some nice flashlights or multi-tools, that's best customer service on the planet. You can't say that about a lot of them, a lot of the companies. But my belt, I always carry a leather belt, and then to sharpen my knife, I'll find a spot on my belt and that's really worn out and soft. And what I'll do is I'll put a stropping compound on it. So if you're out in the woods and you need to sharpen your knife up or strop it, you can get it razor sharp on your belt. And that's an old trick that I was taught years ago. And I thought that was really cool. So I've always kind of done that, you know. And then I have my flashlight in my left pocket. I recently just started carrying this one. I usually had a Streamlight, but my rechargeable Streamlight, I kind of screwed it up the other day. So I've had this probably 3 months now in my pocket, and I really, really like it. This is a Nebo flashlight, and it's I like it because the battery lasts for a long time. And it's super bright. And then I consider this my survival knife. I always have a neck knife in my left pocket. And when I'm out in the woods, I just literally go like that and throw it around my neck and tuck it in my shirt. That way I'll have it. And you guys see me do a lot of videos with my neck knives and some of the stuff I do with them. And they're super handy. And the same thing, I got fire cord right here. Not only to start a fire, but I can use this to make a bow drill if I'm out messing around in the woods. And this is a Mora Eldris. And this is a razor sharp knife, like absolutely ridiculous. It's like a scalpel, you know. And I got something else in my pocket. I got just a fingernail clipper. Just everybody's got one of those, you know. They carry them in their pockets or whatever. I got a lot of crap in my pockets, man. I got like 20 pounds of junk. And then an emergency rape whistle, as Wayne Reynolds calls it. I carry that on me. And when I'm out in the woods, a lot of times, like in the videos that I've showed on my channel, I'll put that on my necklace, so it's right there with my fire steel. And then sometimes I'll have like a little mini flashlight on my pack. I'll put all 3 of those on my necklace. So if I do fall in the water, I have a whistle, a flashlight, and my fire steel. And then Heidi got me this years ago. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's just like a lucky coin or a good luck coin. I don't know what you would call it, like a charm. And it's a little it's got a compass on it, matches my tattoo on my hand. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. And she got me that years ago. But yeah, that's what I carry on me on my EDC everyday carry. And like I said, I've carried all this gear on me for at least, I'd say 32 years, somewhere in there, or 30 years. And it's changed throughout the years. I used to carry an Altoid survival kit and kind of change that around, and different knives. I always have different knives on me, you know. I prefer certain knives though, you know, real strong knives. So you know, I'll switch it around though. Every once in a while I'll just switch out my gear. But that's what I got on me at all times. Besides my cell phone, I have that on me in my back pocket too.
So carrying a whistle every day, you know, people really don't think about that, but that could be a really big lifesaver.
Yeah,
You know, like
I
you
mean,
said, if you fall in, you could even fall into some woods or somewhere and you can't move, break a leg or something, you can't move. You know,
yep.
those muscles will come in handy. So I might have to add that in too. That's
Yeah,
really,
and they
really,
weigh nothing, and they're so small. You can put it on your keychain, and forget about it. You know.
yeah, yep,
And if like you said, if you get hurt, you fall down, or if somebody else is in a situation where you're yelling and yelling, pretty soon your voice gets real hoarse. Or if you're thirsty, your voice goes away, and you got to whistle. And it makes it nice. You can alert somebody.
right.
Hey, Wayne Reynolds, check it out. I got my Hey Dudes on too.
I got a pair of them. I got to put it. I got them in the box right there. So, when we talk about survival, I always come back to the urban side of it. That it don't have to be somebody attacking you or something like that. It could be, a weather situation, like when Katrina hit. Katrina happened and it shut down the whole area, and it made them like a third world country.
Right.
Nobody could get in, nobody could get out. So being a little bit prepared, it'll take you a long ways.
And,
Or even,
that's a good point too, because one of the things that I used to teach in my survival classes, and a lot of people would argue with me. They're like, a flashlight's more important, or this is more important. I'm like, no, man, fire is always, to me, that is the most important thing ever, because you could boil your water. Imagine in that Katrina situation, if you have a way to make fire, I don't care where you're at or what you're doing, you could find a hubcap, you could find anything if you're in an urban situation to put water in, and you could heat up that water in that hubcap and boil the water where you can drink it. You're not going to get dehydrated, and dehydration sucks, man. It actually messes you up, I've seen people do stupid crap when they start getting scared, dehydrated, or lost. Like, you start freaking out. You mentally, by having that fire, a way to make fire. I mean, you got ways to keep yourself warm, cook food, boil water, signal. You can make a torch to signal somebody or whatever. Burn a tire if you have to make smoke. Just tons of ways to do it or whatever. But
yeah. So I like that cord that you have too. So you can get that off Amazon.
Yeah, you can buy like 25 foot or 50 foot, and it's called fire cord, paracord, 7-strand paracord, fire cord.
Okay.
And it's the stuff is amazing. And I have videos where I've actually, taken my necklace off, cut it, and like, because I was talking about, I won't just talk about doing the videos. I actually do it on my channel, and we'll start doing it on this channel too, where I'll do some more videos and stuff. But I cut the cord and then rough it up and take my fire steel and strike it, and it starts on fire, and then I get my fire going, all from my necklace. And if you got to think, if like I'm in Minnesota, what happens in the middle of the night? If something happens and somebody comes in your house, or you're lost out in the woods or whatever. There's so many different situations, man, that it can keep you up, having this gear on you at all times. And when I tell people about it, I have most of my gear on me 24/7. Heidi will vouch for that. I mean, I sleep with my gear, not all this, but I always have my knife or my flashlight on me 24/7, no matter what,
Yeah. I do want to add a fixed knife too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and that's what started this whole thing. This whole deal is when I showed you this in the restaurant. I think we were talking about my fixed knife,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they say size doesn't matter. Well, there you go. I don't care. You could have a 1 foot knife, but I could cut through that same tree that you're cutting through with this little 2-inch knife. It's just the way you baton. You don't have to. People think you got a big log, you got to cut all the way through it. You just got to score that thing enough where you can bust that thing off. If you're out in the woods and you want to, bust something down, and then you could sharpen wood to make a wedge to break that thing in half. And like I said, I'll start making some videos on this kind of stuff. If you guys want to challenge me, if I have time to do that challenge, I'll do the challenge. I'll check it out. I'll do a video on it. So
sweet. So Arco is going to do the woods area, and I'm going to try to do the urban settings. So like in my bus, I put a lot of things here in the bus that I can go off grid. We have a big water tank here. We hold 100 gallons of water. We have solar on the roof. We have big battery bank. So this is more urban style where I can jump in it and take off and get off grid if I have to. I got a lot of room if I got to take family members, friends. If I got to go pick a whole bunch of people up, I got a bus. You know what I mean? So that's the end that I'm going to try to share. My end of it is the urban side. Yep. So if anybody
I think that's great that we're doing both, because a lot of times people don't talk about urban, not even thinking about it,
Yeah.
And urban situations, like we were talking about too, when I was a kid, and Wayne Reynolds knows what I'm talking about with this. There was numerous times where I had a knife on me and a flashlight or whatever, and I'm out running around through Stockton. It's like 2 a.m, and I got, attacked by gangbangers, and I take off running after beating up one of them or 2 of them, whatever. And, you take off and you got to have a way to hide. You got to have a way to defend yourself. An urban situation, it can be scary too. It's like being scared out in the woods,
Yeah. Yep.
If you've ever been lost out in the woods, it's terrifying,
Yeah. And like I go back to the weather too, man. You could have a storm come through, a tornado, tear up, a mile area, but you'll feel like you're in a whole country down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no communications, the phone lines are down, all that stuff. If you're trapped, trees down everywhere. You got to be a little, wise about being able to survive for a little bit.
And also, you were talking about a bug out bag. We both carry bug out bags or get home bags. I mean, there's a million names that people call them. We have one in all of our vehicles,
Yeah.
And I think a bug out bag is amazing too, because especially like where I live, we're not in the urban, but we're in the woods. We're in the middle of nowhere. And all you guys right here in Minnesota, David and Chris and Chad, you guys know what I'm talking about. Even Bill Cameron, you guys know what I'm talking about. It gets so damn cold here that it could be 40 below zero, and you could be jamming home, hit some ice, spin your car out, and you're off in a ditch. Nobody even knows you're out there. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. You're coming back from a wedding or something. You never know what's going to happen. And having that stuff on you, not only your gear in your pockets, but having a bug out bag with the stuff to keep yourself from dying out there is real important to me,
Yeah, for sure. I got my bug out bag right here next to me. I have one for my wife. She has one that she carries in her car. I'm going to change them up a little bit because I put some gear in hers and some different gear in mine because mine's a little bit heavier. So I'm going to try to find things just in case we get separated, and she'll still have everything that I have. So I got to kind of play around with different stuff, to make the bags a little lighter. But I carry it's a regular book bag. It's a little tactical, but I think I'm going to change this bag out to make it more not tactical, more of a school book bag.
Gray man.
So don't stand out.
Yeah, so like a gray man is somebody that has a normal bag on them, that it's not tactical, so you can go anywhere in an urban situation, and everybody's just gonna be like, oh, it's just some dude rolling through with his stuff in his backpack or whatever,
Right. So we're going to try to keep this podcast about a half hour to 45 minutes. So I'm not going to go through everything in the bag, but I'm going to show you a couple of things I think are real important. I carry in here in the front section, I carry a medical first aid kit, hand warmers or things like that. This is my front pocket. I carry a tourniquet. I got a tourniquet. Here's something that I really want to show. This is fire starter, and I made this out of Vaseline and makeup wipes. So I take makeup wipes and put them on a baking sheet, and then you put Vaseline. You wipe Vaseline on the things. Then you put it in the oven for a few minutes, and it melts the Vaseline, and it goes into the makeup wipes. So you take one of these wipes, peel it off, stick it in your fire, and start it. Great fire starter.
And it's a trip because I use the Vaseline and cotton balls, but I've never heard where you can put it in the oven. That's a really good idea where it melts it into them, you know?
Yeah, it like cooks it into it.
And that's almost like that string I was talking about where it's on the necklace that I have, you know, it's the string it's got that impregnated Vaseline in the line so that when you pull that string out and fluff it up, it's the same kind of deal, you
Yeah,
know?
sweet.
It burns a
Yeah.
long time.
So here's one of those blankets, those chrome blankets, emergency blanket, and it's small in this little thing, man, but it will keep you warm. It's crazy how this works. It's like a big tinfoil bag that you get in. So
Look like a big turkey.
yeah, big turkey sticking out. You know, I got more flashlights in here. Notepad. You know, I carry a pen and notepad. I carry a waterproof pen. So in case I gotta leave a note, you know, it might be raining or something. I gotta leave a note for somebody. Say, hey, you know, I'm in trouble. I'm here. I got a water purifier.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think about those? I mean, what's your opinion on those?
I like them a lot. So you could fill up a water bottle or anything really, and then you put your straw in the top of this, and you can suck it right through this, and it filters the water as it comes through.
And it's got so many times that you could use it before it goes bad, where you got to change the filter or whatever.
Yeah. It says it filters down 98%. I don't think it shows how many uses. I probably wouldn't use it too many times, but you know, if you're out in the woods, you know, something to have.
But it's nice for an emergency situation too, though, you know.
Yeah, and I also carry the tablets. We need to put the tablets in. And this stuff is cheap.
Those are disgusting, but they work, you know.
Yeah, and this stuff is cheap, man. You could pick this stuff up for, you know, a couple bucks, and just throw it in a bag. You know, you don't spend hundreds of bucks, but you can stay safe for a couple of days. This is the energy bars.
Yeah, those are the ones we were talking about. Oh,
yeah. So I keep those in there, which shelf life 5 years, and it's about to expire.
I know what you're having for dinner.
Yeah, next year it expires because I had this bag for 5 years. You know what I mean?
But honestly, I think if you go on the website too, it says it expires like on a certain date. But I think they give those like another year to 2 years or something, where it's still safe to eat them or whatever too. You know, like in an emergency or whatever.
Yeah, and I carry some extra clothes. I got multiple flashlights in here. I got an axe that has the fire starter. What do you call those, man? I keep forgetting the name of it.
Fire steel?
Fire steel. So it has a fire steel on it. It has an axe. Then it has a knife in the handle.
Thank you.
Has a knife in the handle. So I'm always got extra knives and, you know, all this stuff together. Nice axe. So then I also have a little stove in here, a mini stove that folds out. It's like a box, and that works pretty good. Me and my son played around with it one camping trip we did.
Is that like Alexa or whatever?
Let's see. Hold on. So
I really appreciate everybody coming in here on the new YouTube channel though and supporting us. And I mean, there's a lot of people in the comments and whatever, and a lot of these I've never even heard of. It's really cool to see you guys in here. You know, thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it. So this is a wood burning stove.
What?
And you see how big it is? Look, my hand, it's not bigger than my hand. My hand is kind of big, but
I was gonna say, yeah, you're like 9 foot tall. So, you know,
it's pretty neat. It opens up. It's like a little box. Let's see. So this is the whole thing here, and it unfolds into a box.
Oh, that thing is sweet.
Yeah, and then you put your racks in it, and you can cook with a, like you said, a hubcap or anything. You can put something on top to cook in, like a pan or whatever.
Yeah.
Me and my son played around with it. We went camping, and it worked out pretty good.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and this stuff is not expensive, you know, especially on Amazon. I mean, you're not buying this stuff to last you for hundreds of years or, 10, 20 years. This is for an emergency. So that's the only time you're really going to use it. So, you can get a decent set, put together, a bug out bag, for 100, $200.
But that's where I have to say, like, if you're going to do this, please buy gear that's going to save your life. Don't buy some cheap Chinese crap that's going to be like something that you could buy out of a candy machine, because I've seen some gear in the past that I just literally rolled my eyes at. Like the compasses right out of the package didn't work. And I got some fire steels before that we couldn't even get them to light. Like they literally wouldn't light up or nothing,
Yeah.
There's some cheap stuff out there, so be careful with that too,
Yeah,
cheap.
it's a good name brand, but
yeah.
Oh, wait, you gotta carry now when you're stuck out in the woods, man, and you and your wife or something, you gotta carry your dominoes because you want to play some games. You know what I mean? So you gotta have some deck of cards or something to play with. But
hey, what about toilet paper? You got toilet paper in your bug out bag?
Yeah.
So Heidi brought mine over. I got mine right here. It's almost the same bag as yours.
Yeah. Yep.
And I got my water bottle right here. And I won't go through the water bottle. I got a bunch of stuff in it, but same bag I carry,
Yeah, I need to add a water bottle.
Yeah, and the reason I do a water bottle, I don't know if you just saw that video I did on the survival kit. Everything's in it. So like if I get an emergency situation, it's kind of redundancy. I have everything in my pockets, but if I take off, I can hand that water bottle off to her or somebody that doesn't have a full survival kit. Well, I keep all that stuff in the water bottle. That way you can boil water. There's ways to make fire. There's flashlights. There's everything in it, inside the water bottle. So you could use it, as a kit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I've thought of that. Yeah.
It doesn't weigh any more than if it was full of water, it's the same, pretty much the same weight. But if you want to fill it up with water, you just put the stuff in your pockets, fill it up with water and take off, and it is stainless steel, so you can boil it. So if you want to boil that, like the one that I use all the time, it looks like it's been through World War III. It's all beat up, no paint. It's all burned up looking. It looks like crap,
So that's good to mention to everybody that make sure your bottle is stainless steel and not a plastic, because it's a multiple use. You can boil water. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can, if you have a water bottle, like if you're out in the woods and you find a water bottle, by all means grab it, because you could take sticks and hold that thing above the fire. If you can get fire to that water bottle, it's not gonna fall apart. It's not gonna melt. If you have water in it, you could boil your water in that and keep going. And then when it cools down, you could drink it. It's not healthy because of all the plastics, but at least you're not going to get dehydrated real bad where, if you do need water really bad, you got it. One of the things in Minnesota that's nice is a lot of times we have snow. So obviously, you can melt snow and heat it up and, you got water to drink. But if you're in a situation where, it's real severe, like I'm not saying desert, but it's real super hot, and you need water, finding a water bottle, man, that's gold.
Yeah. Right.
There's tons of ways to boil your water.
Right. So in the chat, let's see, I'm throw up a couple questions if you want. Arco, if you see any questions, I'll put it up on the screen.
Man, all kinds of people here. What's up, Damien? When is bad Chad? This is EDC and survivals, bad Chad crap. Get out of here. That's my brother from San Diego right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, we appreciate everybody coming in to check us out, man. This is our first show. And if you have any suggestions on things you want to see, let us know in the chat. We'll be going back in checking comments, or in the comments, I mean.
So my other, I'm going to give a shameless plug. You guys can see it on the thing here, but Outlaw Edge is my YouTube channel. And Louis Lee and I started this. This is actually our first show. And I want to try to keep this channel where I keep all the videos of EDC, survival camping, hiking, anything like that, urban survival, whatever, on this channel. And then I'm going to try to keep all my car stuff on Outlaw Edge. That way I can kind of pull some of that stuff off that channel and bring it over here, So at first, there might be a couple videos that you guys, my regulars that hang out on my YouTube channel that they might have seen, but we'll start pumping out some more videos and putting them on here, kind of regularly. I'm not going to say regular, but, if I get some ideas from you guys, or if you guys want to see do some stuff out in the woods or whatever,
throw something up there.
Right.
Love you too,
So
brother.
we're gonna try to do this maybe once or twice a month. I forget what we came up with. Are we gonna do it twice a month?
I'll do it every Sunday if you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever
Well,
you want, man. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So everybody that's in the chat, if you could like, share, and subscribe, so we'll be able to go back in and see who to put on our list to you'll get all the what do you call it? You'll get all the notifications when we go live or when we're gonna have a show.
Can you put this one right here? Is Isaac Tripp? Is that how you say his name? Her name? His name? I can't even read the damn thing right there.
Oh,
Can you put that up on the screen, Lewis?
yep. Mini. That's the one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, see, like something like that, it'd be cool to show it. That's a good idea right there,
Yeah. And we sure will. That's
And
cool, guys.
it's funny too, because you could talk to somebody and you could do the same thing your whole life, and you could talk to somebody for 10 minutes and figure out a whole new way of making a fire, or another skill that you can learn out in the woods or urban or whatever.
Right. And I learned that from you when we were up there, that you sparked something different in my mind. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I never thought about that. And that's what this community is going to be, is we want your interactions to help us learn as well. So please tell us what you got going on and your ideas. See, Midnight Custom.
Yeah, that's Brandon. He's been on your channel before.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got to go check out Lewis Lee's other channel too, Playing in Traffic.
Yeah, I do a podcast every Thursday night live at 9:00 Eastern, Playing in Traffic, and it's all about cars and anything you can put gas in. We talk about it. So we got some people here that hang out with us every week. So okay, we're at an hour. No, we're at a half hour. So if you want to pull a couple people on that might want to ask a couple questions, we're going to try to keep it short. If somebody wants to ask a question, we'll pull you on, then we're going to kick you back off, and then we'll answer your question. How's that sound, Arco?
Sounds good to me.
All right. I see a guy that I might know. Let's see. Let's pull him on. We know this guy? What's up, Paul?
What's up, brother?
How are you all tonight?
Good.
Oh, man,
this
great.
This is the famous Paul Lyons right here, car builder right here. What you got for us?
I don't know about famous. We'll go with well known.
There you go.
I'll stay a little humble.
Well known in the psych ward.
Whoa. I got the piece of paper that says I'm not a danger to myself or others.
There you go. As long as you got it, you keep it in your pocket.
It doesn't have an expiration date.
What do you got for us, brother? Any ideas or questions or what?
Let's talk for a quick second, because both of you come in areas where you could be cornered in an urban or even in the city settings, and you distinctively know that you either fight back or you comply and try to get whatever behind you. I call it paying a street tax from time to time.
Yeah, we were just talking about that the other day, on.
Yes, and where you sometimes it's better to just reach in your pocket and hand whoever it is $6 and a pack of cigarettes that's already open, so that they go about their way knowing that in your other pocket there's $5,000. Because they don't have to know that there's $5,000, and you don't have to give over everything. I call it in a street tax, because if all of a sudden you confront and you fight, you got the knife. Maybe he's got a knife, maybe he's got a gun, maybe he doesn't have anything at all. But you confront, now you've escalated the situation. Maybe win, maybe something else, maybe there's some timing, maybe all of a sudden your distraction gives the opportunity for somebody across the street to rob the bank.
So what you're saying is to get the threat away from you as fast as possible.
Correct.
Yep.
assessment and evaluation, and what is the quickest way to resolve with
Yes.
the least amount of damage.
I agree. They say the best fight is the one you don't get in.
Yes.
Yep.
So sometimes it's better to always carry your cash in 2 separate locations. $3-6 in one pocket, and the majority of it somewhere else.
But see, my problem is I'll probably hand them the wrong stack.
Well, I can't fix that one.
I've actually heard of people in the past where I don't know if anybody does it now, but when they're traveling and stuff, they actually carry a fake wallet where they'll have credit cards and IDs and like all kinds of crap in there, and it's a wad, and they have like 50-60 bucks in that wallet, and then they hide in their sock their real wallet with 10 grand or their ID or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yep.
And I could see like in an urban survival situation like that, or like I know we're not into this yet, but who knows what's coming, but like an apocalyptic situation like that where the world's flipping out, people are they're going to be going for that paper money, and that paper money's not worth crap, man. But like Paul's saying, if you had it where you can give it to them and get them out of your face, get them on their way, because I'll tell you what, it blows you away, man. There's been some big dudes that I've had to fight, and first punch, bam, knocked them out cold. And there's been some little guys that I have fought for my life, and they just
the little scrawny guy that you got to worry about. The quiet little scrawny guy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sounds
Excellent.
good, Paul. Paul, we're gonna bring somebody else in.
The other thing I want to add is you brought up toilet paper in your to-go bags. The one thing that I've had to prepare for and use is while traveling up and down the interstates, in between the cities. All of a sudden, there's a traffic accident. 70 is shut down. Tractor trailers overturned. You could be stuck for 2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you got water. You got to make sure that you got toilet paper and change of clothes in that car, because you ain't getting into the next exit when traffic's not moving.
Yeah. You never know. Man.
In your car, you have room. So, people say, I don't carry all that stuff on me. But in a car, you have room to have a nice blanket or some clothes, like you said. Like right now, the winter's coming pretty soon. So we're going to put our blankets and stuff back in the vehicles. And you're right. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. That's a great idea on the petroleum jelly for the fire starters.
Oh, it works awesome, man. Yeah, it works amazing.
Well, petroleum, fuel is fuel, and anything you can use to get the fire going. But the cotton balls, any of that material like that you can get the oils into that will flare up and burn warm, will help you get your fires going. So great.
Yeah. And it burns quick. It lights up fast. And you know how it is when you're freezing your ass off and you want to make a fire quick. You don't have time to be messing around, man. So the faster the better.
Yeah, it works great.
All right, so you guys go ahead and get the next person in here.
Yes,
all
sir.
Right, Paul, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Oop. All right, let's see what we got. What's up, Coach?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Isaac?
These were those tubes I was talking about in the chat. You screw the top off. It has a rubber O-ring to keep it watertight. And then I had bought a box of matches, like the kind you get next to the charcoal. I tore the box up so you have the striker, and then stuffed a bunch of matches in this. I picked this up at a local camping store. I also picked up one of these wire saws.
Yeah, aren't they?
Yeah, these are smooth. The other thing I had mentioned in there for wound dressing, I keep tampons and maxi pads.
Yep.
They're easy to carry. They're easy to keep in your bug out bag, and they work.
Lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight
And awesome fire starters.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen my video on that wire saw? Everybody does the whole wire saw thing like this. Have you seen it where I made the buck saw out of the wire saw like that?
No, I haven't. I'd love to see it though.
Yeah, maybe I'll make another one for this channel, and put it on there just to show you the different things that you can do with that. And then I've made snares out of them and all kinds of stuff. So always using, finding different uses for different stuff,
Yeah, for sure. I also have a K-bar knife that I keep in my bug out bag. My daily carry is a Springfield XD compact. The other thing that I'm big on, and I guess it could change place to place, but you being from California, Arco, are probably familiar, is know the layout of your city, of your town, and the outskirts.
Yeah.
And the outskirts, especially where you have mountains, there's usually caves, old mine shafts, stuff that you can get to shelter and get up away from everybody if all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good point right there. And man, and where I lived at in Stockton, California, absolutely horrible place to live, man. Wayne Reynolds is still in Stockton, California. He knows, and he's on here right now. But I went to high school with him. He's one of my best friends. But he wears Hey Dudes. But anyways, we won't hold that against him. But anyways, like you're saying, something that you can get away from, and there's also so many places outside of town where you can get to the backside of like bridges and stuff too, where you got shelter, not only shelter but a place to hide.
Yeah, for sure. Around here,
outskirts of town or whatever. So
around here, we got the mountains around us, and there's a lot of different mining, old 1800s mine shafts and stuff, and a bunch of back road trails.
Where you at? What state?
I'm in Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, and throughout the whole state, there's a lot of different stuff, different mountain ranges, I'm in Tucson, but whether in Phoenix, Tucson, Sierra Vista, Tombstone area, you can, there's a bunch of mountain ranges. There's different places to bug out and get shelter and get out of sight, from the crowd if everybody goes nuts.
And not only the people going nuts, but what is the weather like there? Is you got the extreme heat and then you have the extreme cold also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had obviously the extreme heat. We're in the desert. The further north you go, we have pines and stuff. And just on the outskirts of our town, our city, there's a mountain range, and up at the top it's 8,000 feet. And of course it's pines and stuff. So you can have extreme cold. Definitely, even in the winter, a few winters back, we had snow like 3 times. Of course it melted the next day, but and even in the summer, if a good monsoon storm hits, you have almost a 20-degree temperature change. If a good monsoon hits, it's 110 degrees or 105 degrees, and it can drop down to about low 80s, high 70s. And it sounds crazy because especially if you're from the Midwest or back east in the north, and that's like maybe a summer day to you guys. But when you're in the 100-degree temperatures and it drops that much, it'll freeze you. You
can still get hypothermia. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing you have too that you have to deal with is if you have an emergency situation with the forest fires up there because of the extreme heat,
Yeah. Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that can happen, and you never know, man.
Yeah, the forest fires have been a problem here, just like California. It's always on the news.
Oh man, there's been so many times we've been just we heard alarms going off, and we were evacuated out of the town that I was in. Because I was on the outskirts of Stockton, in a little farming community, and man, we were right there at the base of the hills going up into the mountains, and the fire would come straight down right at us and just blast through everything,
Yeah.
And it was terrifying. You had to get your stuff and go, and it's like, well, what do you get? You have enough time to grab your bug out bag and you're out. You got your family and you're gone.
Yeah, well, even the fires that went through there in Malibu and all that, and the Palisades,
Yeah.
that was all those homes destroyed, and that was in the city. You know, I mean, it made its way through. I mean, it might have been in the hills and stuff, but it was, you know, it was a highly populated area. So
That's a perfect example, though. Highly populated area, and people think that these fires come through and they're going like half a mile an hour. I mean, some of these fires are doing 70, 80 miles an hour coming through there. You know, they're blasting through. So if you have the chance that you're even going to survive that by hiding somewhere and whatever, when you come out of there, out of a basement or wherever you're at, if you did survive, it's like you're same with that apocalyptic thing we were talking about, where you're going to come out and you're like, now everything's burned up. What do I do? You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you for your comments, Isaac.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Hey, great. Hey, I'm excited for this new channel, for you guys doing this.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Good. All right, bro. Thanks.
All right. You guys take care.
You too.
You too. All right. So we're pushing an hour. We thought we'd do this for 45 minutes at the most, but you know, if you guys like this content, man, please, you know, share it with other people and subscribe so you can get the updates. We're gonna also put together a website so you can go to the website and see all the information that we're gonna be bringing forward. All the information about me and Arco, so you know that we're not criminals, and you know, see all that stuff, and you get all the updates. So keep eye out for us. We're coming. This is our first show, like I said, and I think it went well, and we appreciate everybody in the chat.
And I'd like to see. I'm going to try to get some cool people from YouTube and some other platforms on here, so we can interview them. Guys that are into building cabins or doing wood survival or urban survival or whatever. I'll try to get some people on here, and I know Louis will probably do the same thing, where we can get some people together and get them on the show to interview them and check them out. You know, so that'd be fun. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for doing this tonight. It's been a blast, and really appreciate all the support. I'm blown away, everybody that showed up, man. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we were kind of nervous, but even if it's just me and Arco talking, man, we're going to talk about this stuff because we love it. So this is what's going to happen. All right, everybody. So I think we're gonna have another one in 2 weeks?
Yeah, or we can do it sooner. Don't matter. Whatever you want to do, brother.
Okay. So we'll keep an eye out on social medias. We'll get the information out to you guys and let you know. And like I said, thanks everybody, and we're gonna sign off now. And remember, it's camp. No, wait, I'll say it wrong each time. Concrete and Campfire. So that's our name, and we're gonna stick to it. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.